this issue of Kerrang I will be looking at is a contents page. I will start analysing the contents page of this issue of Kerrang by detailing the types of articles I can see displayed on this page and how they relate to the reader. Well, to start with, there are four main types of articles displayed on this contents page. You have news articles that would attract the target audience by keeping them informed on a major part of their lives. You have reviewing articles which would attract the reader by conveying to them what a certain thing, whether it be a gig or an album, is like before they go and either buy tickets to the next gig or buy the album, which, as they look up to the opinions of this magazine, may save or cost them money, depending on the review. You have feature articles, which are important articles that would attract the audience by conveying to them often interesting or worthwhile information about the social culture they belong to. And finally, you have articles related to gigs that are upcoming, and this would attract their target audience through them being able to see what gigs are coming up, and as music is often a big part of their lives, this information would be vital, as it gives them a means to experience the part of their lives that, without gigs, would be severely limited. Finally, the juxtaposition of the elements present on this contents page is mainly based around the central images, which in themselves use juxtaposition, with the corresponding text beneath or on top of them to convey meaning for the image. The bottom right corner of the page features image and text elements, which try to get to the audience to subscribe to the magazine, and the way in which they are trying to do this is by juxtaposing these elements beneath the text elements, detailing the articles of the magazine on the right hand side of the contents page to try and convey to the audience the quality of this magazine and its necessity in their lives. This also works on the basis of that group of elements naturally being the last section of the page we usually as an audience look at. So in the same way, we would see the quality and necessity of this magazine in our lives if we were in that social culture. Well, this then brings me to the end of my textual analysis of this contents page. Finally, the last section of this issue of Kerrang I will be looking at is the splash page of this issue that features the band 9 Inch Nails. To analyse this section of the magazine, I will be looking at it in four stages. Firstly, I will look at the image on the page. Secondly, the text and topic of it. Thirdly, the colours present on the page, and finally, the juxtaposition of the elements on the page. To start with then, the image, in my opinion, works on two levels. You have the somewhat obvious level of the image, with the subject's facial gesture and dark clothes connoting the type of music 9 Inch Nails play, which is a kind of dark music. But also, you get through the white space on the page along with the subject's arm gestures that he's alone, he's unique, and therefore the idea of nonconformity is afoot once again. Moving on, the words "into the void" have connotations of darkness, which fits in with the musical connotations of this page. The word Nowheresville has connotations in the context of the sociolect that American youths conveyed decades ago, by the whole idea of hope that you don't have to be somebody special to become famous. Anyone with determination can become this ideal self. And this is strengthened by the topic of the article, which is around the origins of the band 9 Inch Nails, and how they really came out of nothing, just determination. The colours present are quite dark, and this again just represents the style of music played by the band to show a link between their music and this article. And finally, for the juxtaposition of this page, the drop capital I at the start of the article is juxtaposed with the two red arrows and the image to give connotations of the band 9 Inch Nails being down to the one man, the subject portrayed on the right page, and his determination and ideas. Apart from this, the only other juxtaposition really I can see is just under the title of the page. You get a byline for the article and the image, and as these are one of the first elements we see on the page, we then create our own mental link between them as we go through the other elements of the page. So a link is created between this element, the article, and the image through this juxtaposition. So then, this brings me to the end of my splash page textual analysis for this issue of Kerrang, and as such, it brings me to the end of my video. Thank you.